We are going to be playing through a little bit of 20 minutes until dawn. We've already captured or completed, I think, 2 runs. 2 runs in total, which is always good. And that is going to be the plan today. Here we are. I think we'll throw up the music volume a little bit because the music for this game actually goes a little bit harder than I think most people realize. And there's something kind of weirdly creepy and ethereal that I think is really fun. So I think we're going to stick with that for the time being. Scooch that down just a touch. We're going to slam play. And I think we're just going to continuously try the Hina with the grenade launcher because I'm convinced that having a grenade clone that does 45 damage per tick is just really good. So I think that's going to be the plan today. Every single time we tried using this strat so far, I either end up A, blowing myself up with grenade launchers, or B, running into people when I try and dodge using the clone filters. So it's going to be an interesting time. I do think that the strat is good. I just think that I'm terrible at gaming. So the idea is we're going to be playing Hina. We're also going to be playing a grenade launcher. We're going to be throwing out grenades. We're going to be trying to stay away from the explosions. We're also going to try and level up as quickly as possible because the damage really falls off. And we've got to make sure that our clones can do the bits. That does mean that I think we're going to be doing a little bit of a summons run. And I'm intrigued to see how the summons go. I'm still not convinced that the dragon is actually any good at all, but I'm happy to be convinced otherwise. Over here, we've got about 10,000 runes that we're able to use at the moment, and I think we're probably just going to slam them into something like the elemental shield. Yeah, let's just do that. 3 of those. Sounds good. We'll boost that up to the top. Now we've got all of these running. We love the defense, and I think we just slam play, honestly. Right, this is either going to go incredibly well or horribly, and I think you know which one is about to happen. So we get the energy, or the experience rather, really quickly from these guys, especially considering that it does 45 damage per bit. And having these sort of small sigils that burst out into bullets are very good. The only issue is that because we're using grenade launchers, it also means that the balls that get exploded out from the sigils are also grenades, which means that they can also hurt us. So we're going to have to be extra careful. Thankfully, we're playing the character that has a dodge, so hopefully this shouldn't be too bad. Magnetism and pickup range, yeah, we just want to get leveling as fast as possible right now. We just boost up there, see? The clones are doing big damage. You don't want to use the clones with the SMGs because it seems almost pointless at that stage. So we're just going to have to hope that we don't get hit by any of the grenade launchers. Hopefully we get a little bit faster later on so we can have help dodging these smaller bullets, but for now we're just going to have to make do. More pickup range, yes please. Give me that. We don't need to worry about damage at the moment because the grenade launcher is still killing everything in pretty much one hit. It's a great thing about using the grenade launcher at the moment. Even though the ammo is not great, the fire rate's not great, it does do AoE damage with the explosions, and the damage is already 45, so it's already pretty beefy. When you play with something like the bats or the other summons, they start out with around about 5-6 damage, and it's great that they're homing, but you can't really get them to kill a specific thing, or they don't really do as much damage as you would like, so you have to really mitigate that in other ways. Thankfully, we don't have to worry about that because we have huge grenades. But we have to make sure that we stay away from the tiny ones because they can and will kill us. Already a minute in, everything seems to be going pretty smoothly. I do tend to make a habit of just dodging into things in really stupid ways. This is going to be one of those moments where I think that we're still actually really early on in the time, so Dragon's probably not terrible. However, and this is a big however, I have tried to force taking a dragon on multiple occasions, and I have yet to win a run doing so, which makes me think that the dragon might not actually be as good as what we're expecting. So I'm a little bit concerned that it's basically just terrible. But we're still here. We're probably just going to use the light weaponry because it does take the damage of our bullets, which means we're going to be firing around a magic dagger that has 45 damage to pretty much everything that it touches. So that should just be an extra kill at every single time that it touches an enemy. Seems pretty good. Seems pretty good. I think that's probably something that we could take right now. However, damage isn't really an issue. So I think we should take reload rate and fire rate so we get the kind of base aspects of our gun out of the way, and then we can worry about external and passive damage because we don't really need any of that just now. We've got plenty of damage sources, you know. So it's times like, yeah, oh, okay, right, okay. See what I mean? I will end up hitting into things, the spaces between them. I'm convinced that the game actually lies to me on more than one occasion, because I refuse to believe that I got hit there. But we do start with the Holy Shield, so maybe I should just stop being a little bitch and get on with it. We've still got 3 health, still looking pretty good, still looking healthy. Everything's going well. Maybe I should try and fire a little bit faster, try and get the DPS going. Yeah. Thank you, Shadow Clones. Thank you. Right, what we got? See, in moments like this, every second shot for lightning, it does do 22 damage, which I think is enough to kill these people. However, it falls off quite a lot in the late game, and after a while, you're going to be hitting things with 22 damage, and it's going to seem like not very much. So I think on occasions like this, we just throw in the fresh clip, because at the moment, it's our reload speed, which is kind of bottlenecking how much damage we're able to do. So we've just got to make sure that we're not getting hit, we don't give away any silly damage. Not like that, exactly like that. So that hopefully we try and get it back, you know? Okay, now I'm basically forced to have to take the other HP, because as I mentioned, I am a little bitch, and I'm gonna end up running into more people, and they're going to kill me. That is a fact. That is a fact. Don't currently have the Divine Blessing, so this power-up seems kind of useless at the moment. Burn also doesn't really make a difference, largely because of the fact that we're killing everything instantly, so we don't really need the burn. But the burn does have a chance to heal yourself later on, but we don't really inflict with that much burn anyway, so perhaps that isn't really the road that we want to go down. We don't really need to worry about spread, so bullet speed is effectively our range in this game, so we just set them. Now, it's trying to find and making sure that you're constantly collecting all of the XP, which I think is probably the hardest part of this game. In Vampire Survivors, it was perhaps a little bit easier because you had the magnets, the extra power-ups, which seem to pick up experience from pretty far away. But this actually forces you to worry about your movement a little bit more. So I suppose that's probably what it's got going over it from Vampire Survivors. It also looks a little bit more neat. It looks a little bit more tied together. The game looks a little bit better. But Vampire Survivors is a little bit of a bitrate hell, so... And that is what you want from these kind of bullet hell games. So, what we need to do, once again, is to kind of power up as much as possible so that we can get the summons going, get some extra damage. Because at the moment, we are only relying on the grenade launcher. It does do a silly amount of damage. I do silly movement. So hopefully, we just want that to be done. Hopefully this will give us something good. No, please give me some health. No, okay, damage. Now we go damage. Now we go damage. Right, okay, send it. Gotta be dead. There we go. Right, we gotta make some space. Right, what we got? Automatically reloads after using dash. I'll take it. Honestly, I'll take it. That does mean that we can essentially just continuously fire. That's pretty cool. And I'm looking forward to that. Except we are, of course, on 1 HP, and they can hurt us as well. So I'm a little bit... What's the word I'm looking for? Fucked, I believe. But that's okay. We haven't even reached 5 minutes yet. This is the first game of the day. We're just warming up. This is more of a proof of concept run for you guys, you know? We're just showing you what it is that this can do. It's getting all those the damage from the shadow clones, which I should probably start using a little bit more liberally, because we do get to clone pretty often, I would say. Right. I am a little bit scared, and every time those sigils turn up on the floor, it does make me think that I'm going to get blown up by my own bullets. But, you know, we're here. Still doing it. Okay. Nope. See, we don't want piercing on the grenade bullets because they'll end up going through people and they end up not exploding on contact, and that's not what we want. Splinter is also terrible because it will explode everyone into 3 more of the explosion bullets, which will just give more instances of damage for us. So I think we just want to have to summon our ghost friend and maybe get a little bit of the summon damage up, even though we're not really a summon build. We do have the clones, which are summoned, so it doesn't go to waste. It isn't pointless, but I would have rather something else, you know? Something a little bit more valid for the build. at the moment. We're still looking for that next upgrade. And I would like to heal before the next boss comes, because I'm convinced that the boss that arrives at 15 minutes is actually the worst one in the game. And that's just... I hate it so much. When it charges at me, I get so scared. But it's okay. We're kind of having a good time. We're kind of collecting that experience. We're just vibing. Now we can go forward. We can sort of push into the crowds. Yes, the magic dagger. That's what we want. It should be able to just kill anything that it touches now. Oh, I'm stupid. We got rid of the holy shield. Thankfully, there was the shield. Okay, right, here we go. This is where we've just got to basically... I hate this thing so much. No! Oh, God. Right, run. Flee. Run. Okay, run. Go. Okay, right. Okay. I'm gonna force the build because I do actually think that the grenade launcher with the shadow clone is a way to go. I do think it's something that we should continuously do. But I am feeling quite bad about that. Yeah, didn't even last past the boss. Okay, this is fine. We run it back. We go again. Take 2. Give me the juicy experience. Thank you. Oh. I think I need to utilize the clone perhaps a little bit more, considering the amount or how often you can actually use it, and it does seem to do about 45 damage per time. So I think that's, you know, what we want. Maybe we choose a different path of double shot. It's still killing everything in one go, but now we're given more projectiles. That's just more damage, right? We're not really worried about getting hit by the ones that we send out in front of us, so this shouldn't really be an issue as far as our own gameplay is concerned. It's those tiny ones really scare me. They just come at me too often. I'm trying so hard to concentrate on all of the monochromatic colors that are going across my screen that I don't pay any attention to the red stuff that doesn't immediately come out of my own guns. So I just blank it. My mind just blurs it all up and it refuses to accept that it exists. Let's get the ghost friend straight away. Let's do it. We want some extra help with our summons. I'd like some more passive damage because our active damage is already pretty tight. So I'd like to have things that don't really... Oh! See, that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. I just get ambushed by my own perks. And it is not the one, honestly. Not the one. Okay, in moments like this, I think we lean in on the bullet speed and the spread, because honestly, who cares? That does mean that we are sending out 2 explosions pretty close to each other. That was silly. That was admittedly my own fault. It now doesn't look like there's 2 projectiles, but it's essentially just doubling the damage of those that hit. Our fire rate is looking pretty mean. Bullet speed and damage, yes, let's send it. We throw that one up. Beautiful, beautiful. That's it, exactly what we wanted. We just need to clear a space, go up, fire out the clone. Yeah, look. The clone is very good. I think it's honestly one of the better abilities from all of the characters in this game. Not only because of the amount of damage that it can potentially do, but it's essentially the only dodge ability throughout all of the characters, so. Bullet damage we don't need. We could send one behind us, but that does effectively limit the range of where I can dodge. So I think we send out light weaponry. I think we get the dagger, and I think we just start boosting on the summons. We've got the ghost, we've got the dagger, we've got the clone. I think this is the summon build. We don't get the dragon, because the dragon is a trap. We don't need the bullet damage, and we certainly don't need the passive damage from the dragon if we've got the ghost as well as the magical dagger. And it's already been a little too late for us to get the max out of the dragon anyway, so I'm a bit skeptical about picking it if it's past the 18th minute or so. So what do we want instead? Well, I think that could be really interesting. Fanfire could be really interesting. It does concern me a little bit. Electromage, I don't think we have a fast enough fire rate to get the lightning damage in every second shot, but 40 damage for the summons, what can you say? Let's take that. We do still kill everything in one go, so that's not really our issue at the moment, but it does It does set us up nicely for the bosses that are just about to come, as well as the elites that will be coming around about later on. If we make it that far, of course. If we make it that far. Let's not get cocky. Starting to get a little overwhelmed. Let's get the pickup range. Let's really start stacking for when those bosses arrive. I think we need to really just get our XP as fast as possible here. We've built up a nice base of what we're expecting for the build, and now we just need to let it tick over. Yep, collecting all this juicy experience, not worrying about anything, just letting the clone do the work. Is that pickup range? Yes, please. Thank you very much. Yep, more of these. Sending it in. Oh my god. Okay, next, what I think we need to do is either up projectiles, bullet damage isn't really an issue, or fire rate. I would also pretty happily accept fire rate. Oh my god, right, couldn't have come at a better time. Okay, now we just need to send it over there. Oh my god, okay. What have we got? Pickup range, any fire rate plus 25%. Okay, we send it. Yeah, exactly what we wanted. Exactly what we wanted. Okay, we're getting crowded out. Thankfully, the AoE with the grenades does help us a little bit. Is now invincible during her dash. Yes, magnificent. What this means is that we can now dash through people and not worry about being hit. That, I think, is honestly the best perk in the game. Being able to just dash through people, killing them because of the fact that we're using a grenade launcher, and making more space for yourself. Like, so good. So unbelievably good. We don't want piercing, because it doesn't do anything for us. We'll take move speed and the fire rate. Okay, the magic dagger is putting in work. It's doing well for us. Still, I think, underutilizing the clone a little bit. Now we can sort of dash through people. It doesn't really matter so much. But I am feeling a little bit scared. It's always around about the 15-minute mark that I think, okay, maybe we... Hang on a minute, I just dashed through those. How did it hit me? I'm calling the police. That's illegal. Right, summon attack speed 50%. That does increase the attack speed of our dagger as well, which is pretty good, as well as our clone. And I mean, them attacking twice as often is just, it's just good. It's just good. Okay. Kind of irritating because the small balls, as well as my large ones, do exactly the same amount of damage to me, so my brain's trying to ignore one more than the other, but they're actually both as deadly to me as the other. Just because of the way that the health system works. Now, the dagger is putting in a lot of work for us. I do like the dagger at the moment. It is doing very well. Bullet damage, yeah, okay, I think that's probably what we want. I think we just continuously take bullet damage. We take that. That increases the damage of our clone, as well as our knife. And what's not to love about that? Okay, now we flee. We flee. We flee because this is an angry, angry man. Okay, we try and not get caught by the aliens. I think the person who made this game clearly, they must play D&D, right? There's no way they don't play D&D and didn't look at illithids and think, yep, that's exactly what I'm making. Huh, brain-sucking tentacle creature? I got you. 100%. I mean, it's a good look. They look really cool. I think they're fantastic. Tome of Elements, Tome of Summoning. That reload rate looks pretty scary, I'll be honest. But that's okay. That's okay. We just try and mitigate. Okay, yeah, that reload speed might have been an issue. Might have been an issue. We might have fucked up. Those hexes are really interesting. Sometimes they're really good, sometimes they're absolutely terrible. Sometimes it's better if you should just leave them. But in this scenario, I think it's probably just worth it, especially because of the attack speed of our dagger. It's just continuous, you know? Is there any reload speed that I could have, please? Reload speed would be nice. Let's take the HP. I'm terrible at this game, so it's always worth it. Okay, we're doing it. We're still inside the square. We've got 8 seconds to go. And then we can move outside. Ooh. Once again, I am asking for a reload rate perk. That would be nice. Oh no! Okay. Okay, we're doing it. We've got the movement. We're tap strafing on the 8-bit. Everything's fine. Maybe I should just fire more often? I'm not. I don't know. Is this... Am I missing a trick here? I would of course like some more stuff. I think this one, I kind of want to get to the regen as quickly as possible. Largely, not because it's like that good. I mean, it is very good. But it's largely because, as I think has been demonstrated over the last 20 minutes or so, I'm gonna need it! I'm gonna need it! I am absolutely gonna get hit by something really stupid. Probably my own bullets. And it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. Everything's okay. If anyone's got some tips or some builds that they think work really well in this game, please let me know. I would absolutely love to hear it. So far, I had some really good fun with the lightning SMG build, just because having lots of lightning strikes and lots of bullets just flash across the screen kind of looks really fun to me. I did work with a fun shotgun build, which was essentially just like cleaning a path in front of me. Didn't really have a wide spread, but it did so much damage and pretty much cleaned up anything that went in front of it. The bosses would just get immediately washed aside. So that was fun. But I really want to make either this grenade launcher build work, or even the bat gun, because I've tried using the bat gun on multiple occasions, and I think it might actually just be bad. It might actually just be bad. Even if you go full summon build and extra bullet damage, it's so difficult to make the bats go where you want them to go. So you end up losing, you end up killing everything so far away from you, but then you'll just get crowded out by two of these guys that you can't choose to hurt. It's really weird, really irritating. The damage is fine, it's just, you know, I wish there was just more control. We do still have the clone, so we can dash around if we need to. We can dash through people, which is something I continuously forget. So let's just go collect all this delicious experience so that we can start getting serious. What's this? Yeah, okay, we'll allow it, we'll allow it. We'll get the summon one next, because I think that's what's putting out most of our damage. And if we can get the speed up, then not only will that help our scythe, clearing us out from all of the evil... Oh my god, there's so many things. Okay. Clearing out from everyone around us, but it will also send out more bullets from the ghosty too, so... I mean, that's a win-win as far as I'm concerned. Okay, I think it's absolutely necessary to kill the eye guys as soon as they appear on the screen, because having multiple red things that I have to pay attention to is really difficult for the 2 brain cells that I have left. Okay. Double dagger. That's just double the amount of damage. It's hard to say no to that. Okay, we have a glyphed out shadow clone. Is there anything better? I don't think so. Okay, it's starting to get a little bit... I'm getting a little bit... I'm getting spooked. I'm actually getting spooked. It's okay. We've got the clone, as well as the ability to just like dash out of there. So I think we're probably going to be okay. Ooh. Pick up range, excitement. Yeah, let's do that for now. I think with all of these people around us, it's important that we just try and get as much experience as possible before the elites come. Oh, see? What is that about? I thought I was meant to be invincible. Okay. This is... Okay. We're doing it. We've got the movement. This is some Ninja Warrior stuff going on right here. I think, yeah, the walk speed is going to be really helpful. I think that's what we want. So we can just run and gun. Thankfully, we can just dodge as we're moving as well, which kind of works out for us. We get up there, give him one of those, we send him one of these. Firing it out. We go into the crowd. Different from what we've been doing from the rest of the game. Fire rate, max ammo, bullet speed. Well, what can you say? It's just... Why would you ever say no to that? It's just objectively better. Look at that! Okay, we need to just collect as much experience as possible. And I think it's in areas like this where we kind of have to go into the crowds just to build us up a nice amount of space, you know? So Splinter we don't need. Blazing speed we should take. Because the other ones, I don't want them to pierce enemies. That means they'll explode. The people in front won't die. That means the space that we have to move in is lowered, and my 2 brain cells will not be able to cope. So I think that it's objectively better that we take move speed in a scenario like this, so that we're able to maneuver a little bit easier in comparison to everything else that's around us. I am getting a little bit terrified, but we are at level 23 and it's only 10 minutes in. So I'm feeling good about it. This might be a good run. Might be. Pickup range, we send it. We want more experience. Please give more to me. Look at that, we just soak it up. We want to get as many levels as possible, because as soon as it hits the 10, we're going to get all the elites, and it's going to be a difficult journey for us to get experience. We're going to be stuck on level 23 for some time, I think. Or 24, sorry. Yep. Let's get all of those. I think now that we're going into crowds, maybe getting a split fire isn't so bad. I don't want to make myself bigger, because that increases the chances that I'm going to get hit, and that's a very, very bad idea. So I think in this scenario, maybe it's best to take split fire. So we'll give that a go. Okay, yeah. Considering the speed, I think that actually works out quite well. Because we're firing them so far away that it's not really an issue. The reload speed of the gun is definitely an issue, and that's something that we're going to have to pick up as soon as possible. But you know, I'm feeling quietly confident. I do think having grenade launchers with a high reload rate is pretty sick. I am, of course, incredibly suspicious that I'm just going to get overrun as soon as they crowd around me. Reaper rounds. Piercing? Now, do we take piercing? It's not very good though, is it? The magic lens is never something that I've been willing to take, although perhaps now that we constantly shoot things around us, maybe it's worth taking. Bullet damage, piercing, no, okay, you know what, we'll take the Reaper rounds for now, and then we'll get the magic lens on the next go. Get magic lens on the next go. I really don't want any other piercing. See what I mean? Like, they go through, they no longer hurt. It's when they're in bigger crowds that's not really an issue, because they explode, but piercing is certainly not something that I want to be leaning into. If we were playing like crossbow, something like that didn't have AoE damage, or something that was that definitely one person damage, then absolutely, piercing is exactly what you want. But no. Okay. We're firing out explosive things in all directions. I'm trying really hard not to continuously walk into them. Okay, we're getting crowded. We need to move. Remember, we do have the movement. We do have the clone. Everything's fine. Okay, that's white. We don't have to worry about white dots. We just have to worry about red dots. Okay, I'm nervous. I don't like this. There are things everywhere, and I think this is an issue. I don't know what happened there. Okay, we're starting to get really concerned. And I do not think that we have enough damage to overtake them. See, I think next time we take the penetration after we have enough damage to kill these guys, because at the moment the explosions are doing plenty of damage. It's just the first one isn't really doing much. It's going through them. It's not doing as much as we would like. And I think we're paying the price for the penetration, you know? Oh no! Okay. Once again, the clone has come through. I think we just need to get them in big groups and then just send the grenades into their direction. Summon damage, exactly what we want. Yep, just fucking absolutely fire it in this direction. I am okay. They're up. What just happened? I don't know. We somehow didn't get hit. I personally think that the game was very generous to us there, but okay, we take it. We take those. I've lost my crosshair. I can't find it. Okay, there it is. It's really difficult to keep. Oh my god. Okay. It's really difficult to keep an eye out where your crosshair is because I'm firing out so many red balls. The fucking Pokemon over here is firing out red balls, and there's nothing I can do about it. Like I don't know which is which. It's really difficult to see. So I kind of just have to just make do. Just send it in one direction, and hope to God that I don't get hit by anything else coming this way. Okay, we're doing it. We're still alive. We're still alive. The haters said that it could not be done. Okay, we're doing it. We're doing it. Well, okay, now I'm scared. I'm scared. We need to... This scythe is putting in a lot of work, by the way. A lot of work. The knockback. Okay, I'm not putting in as much work as I need to. We need to just... Oh my god, I don't think this isn't the one, guys. Okay. Death rounds, max HP, -1. Your bullet's still additional 10 damage. I actually think that's exactly what we want right now. Reload rate. Ooh. What do we think? Quick hands or death rounds? Any suggestions? Quick hands or death rounds? So I'm leaning towards death rounds just because it's red and I think it's shiny. But part of me is really tempted by that reload rate. Okay, at the moment I think we're just gonna go death rounds. Yeah. I think the extra damage is maybe gonna do us. Okay, yeah, we're going into the crowd. Oh my god! Oh my god! Hina automatically reloads after using her dash. Incredible. That's actually so good for us right now. Unfortunately, I am in Guantanamo Bay. This is what hell looks like! This is horrible. This is horrible. I'm being bullied. Mum, come pick me up. Mum, come pick me up! No! Okay. Go! Okay, right, no, it's okay. It's okay. We just need to find ourselves some space and we need to send it into the large groups. We're getting ourselves overwhelmed too easily. And we have to remember that the clone is there to help us. The clone is... The clone didn't help us, gang. The clone didn't help us. But that's okay. Because we know that it can work. It's the penetration that screwed us. It's absolutely the penetration that screwed us. Remember, kids, don't pick penetration before you're ready. And then we go back to the main menu. We try something else.